Hey guys, we are back with some more Toronto GM mode, and as you can see by our record, we are killing it. And I do want to make some trades. However, they're not going to be roster uh, effective, if you know what I mean. I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys. I guess maybe we trade some picks since we're doing so well now for some defensive depth, because I did realize that we do have a lot of forward depth. If you check here, here's all of our NHL forwards, and then we have Gauthier, 81, McCarron, Janmark, Brown, Marner, Lievo, all Carrick, all down in the minors, waiting for a chance in the NHL. So we could always call them up in the playoffs if we need to. However, we have no defensive depth whatsoever, or depth that's ready for the playoffs anyway. Nielsen is the closest out of the 76 after the guys in the NHL. So I do want to trade for maybe a couple veterans who would be shutting it down, or maybe score a clutch goal in in a game 7 or something if we have to, or if there's an injury, which I'm more likely to switch out for, honestly. And we don't have goaltender depth, so we're just gonna have to hope that John Gibson does not get injured. If he Oh God, I don't even want to think about it. But anyway, let's actually get this going here. I do want to trade for an offensive defenseman, and there is one here that fits the category of what I want. A 1-year deal, who I can just release soon after the playoffs are done. Andre Benoit, he's a 34-year-old defenseman, offensive defenseman, poised at 75, so he's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if, again, like for the playoffs, I mean, I don't know if that really affects it, but you never know with the EA Sports. And he's got a decent puck skills for his age, decent shooting category. I mean, it's not great again, but it's something. It's depth for the playoffs so that we can, maybe again get something going. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's see if I can just trade a 5th and a 6th. I doubt that'll go through, but let's just check in case. Yeah. All right. So will that go through? Nope. Okay. All right. So we're gonna have to add something to that. What about a 4th and a 5th? Really? Okay. What about just a 3rd? Can we do that? Okay. Good. All right. So we got Benoit. We got some depth. Not gonna trade it first for any of these guys. I mean, bunch of ham and eggers. So I do have an extensive list of defensive defensemen we could get. We could get Nick Holden. We could get Jordy Ben. We could get Matt Green. We could get Mark Frazier, or we could get Clayton Stoner. Those are all guys on 1-year deals, defensive defensemen who can shut it down in the playoffs. So, although I did like Matt Green's stats quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna go to LA here, and I'm gonna test this out because I think this will be worthwhile. Yeah, he's in the minors too, so the LA Kings aren't even playing him. I want to see if this will go through with a 4th and 5th, because I kind of want to make one more trade after this. All right, what about a 6th as well? A 7th? Okay, fair enough. I'm not really interested in those picks anyway. So we got Green, we got Benoit. I want one more defensive defenseman, and that'll be it. Oh gosh. So the problem is, who? Let's check out Dallas first, because Jordy Ben looked pretty good as far as his defensive stats. I was considering Oduya, but then I saw the 3-year contract. I was like, nah. So let's take a look at Jordy Ben here. So I mean, he's solid. He's got a 80 poise. He's decent defense, decent physical. But I do want to take a look at the other guys here. So we're gonna go to Colorado. We're gonna check out Nick Holden real quick. It's quite a bit of trade value, but he's more or less the same thing. Maybe a little worse, honestly, than Jordy Ben. So I would take Ben over Holden. We already have Green. The other one, Mark Frazier in Ottawa. Yeah, he's right here. So what's he looking like? Great physical category. So he takes the cake there. But we already have Matt Green for that, so I don't think I want another physical defenseman like that. And Jordy Ben's defensive stats are just a smidge better than Mark Frazier's, so I would take Ben over Frazier. And then the last one is in Anaheim. We already made a trade with them, but Clayton Stoner. Nah, I would take Jordy Ben over any of these guys. Yep, it's gonna be Jordy Ben. Just gotta sort there. Get Jordy Ben on there. Oh, okay. So we gotta give a skater back. Yeah, we'll just give him a rookie that I know I'm not gonna use. Travis Dermott, I guess. Yeah, he's not gonna have a spot on this team. No way. And actually, instead of giving up a third, then we'll give up a fifth. Will they take that? No. Okay. How about a fifth and a fourth for a few years from now? No. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to give up a third. I don't mind that though. We're gonna be a playoff team for years to come. There you go. We have made all the trades that I needed to. Now, if you check out the roster moves, yeah, there's probably some guys up here. Yeah, Benoit, who I don't exactly want on the team at the moment. So yeah, we're gonna send down Green. We're gonna send down Benoit. We're gonna send down Ben. But they are all available if we need them for the playoffs. And if they drop, it's not a big deal because guess what? They are all on one-year deals, so it doesn't really matter. And they're all old, so not like they have a future in it anyway. But don't tell them that. So there you go. I think we are now set to make this playoff run. Let's go, boys. Let's go to the end of the season. And we'll slow some the last game against Winnipeg, I guess. Don't need to make any trades now from now on. Yeah, I think we are set, at least for this year. But hopefully, you know, for the next 4 or 5 years, because we're a young team, man. We really are. We're not gonna have to trade anyone until like year 8 if we have a good playoff run here, and for years to come. There you go, nice win. And we didn't have to give up any part of our roster to get those depth defensemen either. We just gave up draft picks, which at this point, who cares? I mean, right? We have so much potential here in Toronto. We can do big things. And of course, as I'm saying that, we've lost 4 of our last 5. So come on now, Toronto. Pull it in the clutch here. There you go. Nice win against Tampa. Hopefully that doesn't. Hopefully the 4 out of 5 doesn't happen in the playoffs, because in that case, you know, we're out. So come on, boys, pick it up here in the before the start of the playoffs. We're getting the crunch time. We really are, boys. So, oh man. And it's a good thing we traded for all those veteran defensemen as well, so we would be able to just flip-flop them with our rookies, with one of our rookies if we needed to, get some veteran experience in there, you know? Especially in the playoffs, that's important. That's very important. Yeah, we're in the playoffs. We're already at 94 or 95 points. Yeah, we're in the playoffs, boys. No doubt about it. I mean, again, we're losing like crazy now, so actually, you know what, that does make me want to put on our vets to start out the playoffs if we need to. But I prefer our young guys to get some playoff experience. Come on, boys, don't go into the playoffs on this note. If we lose this game, I might have to put a vet in. Okay, good. Jesus Christ. We went on a very bad losing streak there at the after the trade deadline. My God. Let's get back into the flow, boys. It's right before playoff time. It is crunch time. Let's go. There you go. Now we're starting to win. They sort of woke up from that losing streak there. That's okay, Toronto, but don't let it happen in the playoffs. That's when it matters most. All right, there you go. Nice win against Buffalo. Lost against Columbus, though, but gonna get our footing back here. Oh, come on, boys. I think there's like 3 games left. Come on now. Let's get to 50. How are you gonna win a President's Trophy when you're losing games like that? Oh my god, dude. Get to 50. Come on, we have 2 games left. I want 50. There you go. There you go. 6-4. The amount of losses that we're getting though here towards the end of the season is kind of concerning though. So we may have to switch a veteran defenseman in there, and I'm glad that we traded for those guys. But you know what? Let's just go into this last game here against Winnipeg. There you go. And we are going to overtime shootout. All right, we got a point out of it. That's what matters. Well, it doesn't matter at this point. We've we've clinched the playoff for a while now. However, let's check the final standings. We are tied with Philly for the President's Trophy, man. Do they have another game? Do they have another game? They might. They very well might. Ooh, they do. They have another game. Come on, boys. If we want any chance at it. Oh, we still have a shot. One more day. And, all right, stop simulation. Yes. Wait a minute. This is playoffs? Yeah, this is playoffs. Okay. I was going to say, because the message center is saying, all it takes is a win tonight, and Toronto can call themselves the Central Division champions. What? What? Okay. Okay, first of all, look at this. Uh, okay, the 10th was our last regular season game. We are not in the Central Division. Oh my god, EA Sports. What? Honestly. What? Alright, let's check out the player stats. Not for the playoffs, for the regular season. My god, this is a glitchy game. This is a real... you need to fix you need to fix your game, EA Sports. You really do. All right, so we surprisingly didn't have anyone with the points in the 70s, but we did have a lot of depth scoring. Look at this. 68, 67, 66, 66, 64, 64, 60, 55, 55. I mean, it just, oh my god, it's just spread out scoring everywhere. Yeah, let's check out the goaltenders. All right, yeah, John Gibson dropped off a little bit towards the end of the year, but that again, his goals against average might be as a result of his team, right? So because he still has a 92.26 save percentage, so I don't think it's his fault. But we are in the playoffs now, and you know what? Before I forget, we're gonna turn on the injuries. Because I usually forget to do that, so let's do that right now, and let's turn off rotating goalies, just so John Gibson is always in the net for the playoffs. Don't have to worry about that. But actually, we're going to check the lines real quick, because this game does tend to flip-flop the goalies towards the end of the year, especially right before playoff time. Yeah, all right, good. But who will we take out? Like, I don't want to take any of these guys out for any vets, but you know what? If we have to, then we have to. But Jesus, I mean, they're all deserving of their positions. I mean, Carrick with 26 points on the third line, defensive pair, and then Murphy a plus 13. I mean, everyone's doing their job, so I don't want to take anyone off. And it's like, well, what do you do in this situation? Do you bank on the vet who hasn't played in ages, like going into the playoffs, or do you just go with what you have? I mean, all of our defensemen are plus defensemen. They're all getting points. Like, I don't want to take any of these guys off. I really, really don't. I hope no injuries happen in the playoffs. I mean, they're kind of inevitable, but still, this team's too good to be having injuries like that. I mean, it'd just be such a heartbreaker to see that, man. It really would. All right, so goaltender, yeah. And that's about it. Actually, you know what? We'll check out. Ooh, did we clinch the? Yes. Yes, boys. We beat the Philadelphia Flyers by regulation plus overtime wins. We won the President's Trophy, boys. It may have been a phantom President's Trophy because Philadelphia, you could argue they got more wins. However, we got more regulation plus overtime wins. I don't quite understand how that works. We have 50 wins, but 47 regulation plus overtime wins. Okay. I don't. Okay. Okay. What? I mean, uh, uh, fair enough. I don't know exactly how that works, but I feel like this number should be higher, but because it says regulation plus overtime wins, and then you have wins, total wins right here. Okay, I mean, I guess. Oh, you know what? That maybe that doesn't count shootout. I don't know. Who knows? But the important thing is we have the President's Trophy, boys. That's all I wanted to check in the team standings. So actually, you know what? Let's check out the playoff tree as well, and we'll end the video on that screen. So in the West, we have LA versus Winnipeg, Edmonton versus Calgary, St. Louis versus Nashville, Colorado versus Minnesota, and in the East we have New York versus Pittsburgh, the Islanders versus Pittsburgh to be specific, Philadelphia versus Washington, Buffalo versus Ottawa, and your Toronto Maple Leafs versus the New York Rangers. So, with that, I'll see you guys in the first playoffs for the Toronto Maple Leafs in quite some time. See you guys then.